questions? Check, check, check. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm going to start an accelerator review. This is going to be for properties. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blitz this out via Google Classroom, but you can see in case you can't see, I only have like 4% battery. So let's see how fast I can do this here. So if you notice that if you have some friends that you want to jump in, going live to review properties. Nice. It's on YouTube live. Live. There we go. So let me bust out some jams here. So if you're a viewer, you get to bust out to Take Back the Night. Thank you to Captain Sparkles. I got 3 viewers. I'm going to get myself set up here. So you just go ahead and chill to the goodness. I'm just going to sit here and get myself all prepared and ready for you. So if you see screen going back and forth and flickering, oh no, I can't get into this without logging out. Oh, how am I gonna do this? So I'll give myself like 2 minutes to rock this out. So I got this. I got this. Let me. I just figured you'd join along, help, and be there right along with me. Let's see. View on watch page. Nice. So if you have any specific questions about properties before we get rocking and rolling, you can go ahead and leave it. We got Destiny and the Crazy Squid. First commenter, congratulations on that. What's up, Destiny? So I have two monitors here, and so it helps me out. Hola, ¿cómo estás? That's about as much Spanish as I know. But hey, if you want to jump in, give a shout out to. I'll give you a shout out. Give you some raise for joining. If it's a little glitchy, I'm sorry. Deal with it. This is the best that I got so far until I get better software. But hey, guess what? I'll just take over YouTube Live. Why not? What other teacher is going to use YouTube Live? I hope they all do, because that'd be super duper awesomeness. Let me get some questions here. Jam away. Take back tonight. Bum 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 bum. Tell my awesome singing abilities. Snipping tool. I just want to get a couple questions going on. What's the test on tomorrow? It's on properties, is what we're going over tonight. So we'll go over a couple questions together. Got going on. So let's clip that one out. I like that. I'm just adding some questions into my little PowerPoint here so I can write on my screen to help you out. Nice. So if you have any other questions, thoughts, comments, inspirational quote says that we get along here. So I'm trying to find a couple questions here that will help you out. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I like these questions. Where are they at? Sorry, I'm looking at my screen. So if you see that I'm squinting at my screen, that obviously means that I'm trying to find something here to better help you out. Snipping tool, snip, 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 snip. And come on, snip it. Bump, 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 snip it. Bump, 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 snip it, snip it, snip it, snip it, snip it, snip it. We'll do a couple questions here to help you out. Let's create a new one there. Super awesome. So if you're joining me for this, hey, shout out. I'll definitely give you a shout out if you want to leave a comment. You can also, if you have your own YouTube channel, you can obviously post it over there, as long as it's school appropriate, which I know that it is. But I just always have to preface always that. Let's see. Let's do those ones. I like one of these ones. Look at this expression being simplified. Nice. Let's see what this one is. Nice. That has a bunch of properties. Let's do that one. I like that. That's a great one. Holy cow. That's jam-packed with properties. So if you want to grab out some property notes, also a really good thing if you're trying to study for tomorrow is to do the Quizlet vocabulary cards. They help you out here. We're going to get rocking and rolling. Thanks for hanging in there. as I totally prepare as you watch me squint at my screen like this. So let's turn off the jams. It's ready to rock and roll with some math. So let's go click over here. You can see how inexperienced I am at doing my own broadcast. That's why they don't pay me the big dollars to do live broadcasts. That's why I'd like to make my own videos without doing that. Nice. Let's go ahead and share my screen so you should be able to see it. We got some properties going on, and let's go ahead and deal with it. So I'll get to your question. Man, that is such a great question. And let's see, we'll cover that at the end just for you. Nice. And so my screen flipped over, so I know that you're ready to see what I am ready to see. Here we go. So first question here, it says, ooh, my computer is nice and warm and toasty. It says, which property is shown in the following sentence? So here, I'm going to rewrite this. Maybe we'll look into a little bit better format here. So we have the quantity 4 plus 3, and we multiply the whole thing by 5. And so you can see here, this is actually a way that we're going to write the distributive property. The way that that property looks is that what I do is I take 5, and I'm going to distribute it into 4. So I'm going to write, I can write that as 5 times 4 plus, so I'm going to keep the same sign that's in the middle, and then I'm going to go ahead and distribute one more time. So then I also have 5 times 3. And so all you got to be able to do is identify that this is called the distributive property. And so there, you might see all kinds of different all kinds of wrong ways to do this. The key is that you're doing 5 times 4, and the way that they have it in this problem is 5 and then 4 in the parentheses with no sign in the middle, which still means multiply. They still have addition in the middle, and then 5 times 3. It's a way we can write the distributive property. So you have one of these questions. It says 4 students simplified expressions and showed the work. Which student should use the commutative property of multiplication? And so for this one, we're looking for which student changed the order. So this is a changed the order, and the operation we're looking for. So the operation here is we're looking for multiplication for the order. So let's go through everybody's work and see what in the world they did here. And so we go through Renee's work. And so in simplifying order of operations here, we're looking for a changed order around the multiplication sign here. And so she obviously did the 4 times 1 first to give you 3. And then she did x times 3 gives you 3x. Then she changed the order here. But in this case, you can see that she changed the order from here, 5 plus 3x, to 3x plus 5. This would be the commutative property, but this is the commutative property of addition, because you see how that we're revolving around the addition sign. And so here, it doesn't match up. That's commutative property of addition. Let's try Jesse's work. So Jesse's work, let's see what in the world Jesse's doing. So Jesse did 2 plus 0 first to give you a 2. So there you have the additive identity property. And then you have from here to here is the distributive property. And then you have, they're just multiplying 5 times 2 gives you 10. And then you have, let's see, what did they do next? So there you added 8 plus 10 gives you 18. And so I don't see anything. I see a lot of distributive property in the additive identity property, still looking for that commutative property of multiplication. So remember, just at any time, if something's confusing to you, just tell me to stop, and I can try to figure out where I stopped at. Let's see. We're going to keep going on. Let's see Terry's work. So Terry's work, he did 6 plus 1 gives you 7. And then they did 7 times 1 gives you 7. So we have the multiplicative identity property. And then you have 3 times 0 gives you 0. So you have the multiplicative property of 0. And then you have 7 times 0 giving you 7. You have another identity property there. And so if you said it was Morgan, you're right. So, but let's take a look at what Morgan's work looks like. And so here you have, they did 4, Morgan did 4 minus 1 gives you 3. And then they did 6 times 3 gives you 18. And then here is, let me see what in the world. We're looking for the commutative property of multiplication. And so here you have a switch here. So you have a switch between, they did associative property right there. Huh. Did I miss something? I don't see commutative property of multiplication anywhere. I don't see commutative property of multiplication anywhere. So the person who wrote this question obviously didn't check their work here, because here I have the associative property of addition. And then it goes 4 plus 18 gives me 22. So we're just adding inside. So actually none of them give me the commutative property of multiplication here. And so for this one, you have a lot of different properties going on, but I really don't see the commutative property of addition. And of course, if I'm wrong, give me a little line. Go, hey, Ms. Pearson, all right, double check your math. If this was commutative property of multiplication, what I would see is I might see that these two would switch. So for commutative property of multiplication, you have 6 times 4 minus 1. And these two would switch the order around multiplication. So the multiplication sign would be in the middle. I would see that if I saw the commutative property of multiplication. And so don't worry if you weren't right. It's all good, because there was no answer there, because whoever wrote this question obviously didn't read what they were even asking. All good. No worries. Let's try this one. It says, look at the expression being simplified. Which property is applied when simplifying this expression? We have a ton of properties here. Look at some of them. And so here we have to go from the beginning point right here to step 1. So we notice that 4 plus negative 4 is going to give us 0. So in that case, here I have additive inverse. So for step 1, I'm going to write this right next to it. You have additive inverse. Dun, da, da, da. Let's see what we got next. To go from step 1 to step 2. So you can say here I have 5 times 0 giving me 0. And so to go from step 1 to step 2, you have the multiplicative, you see I'm abbreviating, property of 0. So, sorry, I had to cough there. And then you have good old-fashioned order of operations after that. So you have, they did 0 minus 2, giving you negative 2. And then they did negative 2. Oops, that didn't work. Holy cow. Undo. Let's try a different color. And then you have negative 2 plus 6, giving you positive 4. And so you have some different properties here going on. So the key that you're going to find out is that to be super successful, you're either going to deal with addition, which is going to be that additive, or multiplication, which is going to tell you that you deal with the multiplicative. So in that, you have to figure out if you have an identity property, multiplying by 0, or anything like an inverse. You're going to be super successful in dealing with properties. Dun, da, da, da. Let's see if the friends have any questions. Who's got questions? That's from Mario. So guess what? If you jumped in here, make sure you get your A's tomorrow. All good in the hood. Like that. Let's see what you got, friends. So if you don't have any questions, I'm going to peace out of here in a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and share my awesome. Stop my screen sharing. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you. Yes. So anyway, so if you have questions, post them over there. You also post them in the comments below. So I'll be able to see all kinds of stuff. So if you're part of one of my Google Classrooms, please make sure, go over the identity properties. Yeah, let's go over some identity. So if you're also part of my Google Classroom and I missed it, and I missed your question, post it as a private comment. I'll be more than happy to get to it. But we're going to cover real quick some identity properties. And so, crazy squid in the background. Let's go ahead and share this out. Nice, thanks. So, nice. And so for the identity properties, let's make sure I get my pen ready to go. So I might have so for my additive. So for my identities, geez, my bad handwriting. So additive identity properties. So this is things like when I add 0 to a number, it gives me the same number. So this works for anything like in positives and negatives. So you see how I add 0 doesn't change my original number. And then you have the multiplying. No, I'll get to your question next about associative and commutative. So multiplying properties. So say if I had 4 times 1, doesn't change my number at all. -5 times 1, 5. And so I'd say that since I have multiplying by 1 is a multiplicative identity, adding by 0 is an additive identity. So if you have things like, let's see if I can insert a new slide. Oops, that didn't work. Holy cow, what is that doing to me? Delete. Come on, delete. So the difference behind commutative and associative. So say if I have a problem like this, so it might say, let's do 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 4 plus 2 plus 3. So if I have the commutative property, you notice that what's inside of the parentheses doesn't change. But you notice that these two items here, so the quantity 2 plus 3 and the 4, switch the order. So you notice that if they switch to order, I have a commutative property. I'm going to abbreviate that. The way you know if it's either addition or multiplication is the sign in between the switch. So when they switch orders, that sign in between is going to tell me that this is the commutative property of addition. Elena Binder, rocking the 7th graders, showing up on my live stream. What's happening? And so we have commutative property of addition here. So if this was the associative property, what this looks like is, say if I had this similar problem, 2 plus 3 plus 4. For the associative property, I would say that I would have, oops, let's erase those. It might look like 2 plus 3 plus 4. And so you can see what's on the inside of the parentheses has changed. And so here I would have the associative property. And then I would realize that I'm rocking addition all the way across. So I have the associative property of addition. Can we play a review game before the quiz? I don't know if I can find a. Oh yeah, we could probably run that. We'll run some Quizlet Live. Just gotta remind me. So so you have some different things going on here. I got Facebook blowing up on me. I got Twitter. I have all kinds of stuff happening. So if you have any questions, comments, of course you can rewatch this live stream. And so here's something I got. Somebody just got out of washing dishes this evening. Since she's been watching me live, help you review for the quiz. So shout out to mom. Sorry you have to do dishes. But guess what? I'm going to end my live stream right now. So guess what? Your daughter can go back to do dishes now. So there we go. Sorry, so sad. One tear for you. Wait. Let's go back to here. I know, I try. So watch this. So guess what? One tear. You can rewatch my live stream. 1 tier. Oh, you got a tier from Super Crazy Squid.
So that's 2 years.
To go back and
You
do.
do that to me though.
To go back and do dishes. Get out of here.
You do that to me.
Get out of here. Hey, guess what, Crazy Squid? You know what you should
I
do?
have to do dishes.
Guess what? Go do dishes. Get out of here. He actually likes to do dishes. I don't know why. Nice. Go clean my fork.
Okay.
And so anyway, so if you need anything else, feel free to leave a comment over there. I'd be more than happy to hopefully answer your questions. If you want to see me in person, you can always find me at Stonehill Middle School. Come find me on a nice. Go clean my fork. That's already clean. And so, of course, you can find me in the hallway if you have a specific question. Have a great night. Peace out.